the leaders. So it's famous, as you can see actually. If you just look at it, you can tell how famous it is. It's a road that's quite dangerous, a disaster in cooking. So we're trying to get this disaster to disappear.
Right.
That's why we're here.
And you're definitely big on Twitter. And even for the viewer watching us, they're like, I've seen her, someone on Twitter, really posting the photos right here. Come here, take these particular photos. Before we even begin, who is Hanifa Adan?
I'm Hanifa Adan. I make a lot of noise on Twitter on holding our leaders accountable and fulfilling their promises and not letting people live like this. So I make necessary, if I may add, noise on Twitter on people's right and, your taxes. Let your taxes work.
Right.
Yeah, so I currently work in accounts, but I studied journalism and mass communication.
Okay.
And the activism is also something I do on the side,
Right.
like something we are all expected to do. Yeah.
And even for the necessary noise you make on Twitter, you've been rubbing shoulders with Nairobi's governor, that is Johnson Sakaja, the whole back and forth online. How has this been going for you?
First of all, I have no personal vendetta against Sakaja. Sakaja is a cool guy, a cool governor. So this online noise or campaign started last year, November, where we highlighted a place that looked like this. And Sakaja managed to fix it, well, after going back and forth with him, of course.
Okay.
So he took note of the problem after I highlighted it for 3 days. He replied and said it's being fixed. But the problem didn't end well, so we had to go back and forth until it was fixed, and it looks really marvelous now. So that's what we are trying to do with this road currently. And yeah, it's been, our exchange with Sakaja has been memorable.
A quite interesting one, even for those who are reading, these comments.
Yeah.
And actually, some of these comments, and people are like, why are you even concerned as Hanifa? I mean, why will you even be concerned about a road? As you're mentioning, it has been here for 30 years. Maybe some started championing for this. Maybe they got tired at the end of the day. Why are you so passionate about making this road and even others clean?
Okay, I think most people are actually really do want change. Just there has to be someone who stands up, and takes charge or leads the way. That's what happened with the other companies. So it's really amazing how a problem that existed for 20 years got solved on Twitter for just 3 months. So, and if you try to fix the problem on ground, it would take you years and years of lobbying and with no results. So how people came up for me on Twitter really means that we all want the change. So we really do want the changes, and I care. I always care about why people should live like this when you're paying taxes, and why anyone has to live like this. The kids actually, my main concern is the kids. So we actually here last month for a cleanup. We cleaned this place, and all this were not there. But we're here a month later, and you can see it's back to how it was. And what just happened is what happened when we were cleaning. So you're cleaning and people are, throwing diapers on your face.
Yes.
So the only way, you see how hopeless the people are. So the only way to get out of this situation is Sakaja fixing this road. If he fixes this road, I do not think people will just be doing this on the road.
Yes. And it's crazy because, one of the questions that I was actually to ask you was, what's one of the craziest things that have happened when you're cleaning up? But then I think I've got to experience
this. I was going to mention this, but I'm glad you've seen it yourself.
Oh, yes. You definitely hear some of the stories, but then you literally found it, even for the viewers, just happening. But then now I'm curious, since November last year, you've been doing this. It's close to now a year now.
Yeah, it's been a year.
Next month, and then the next one will be a year. It's almost a year. Are there any success stories that someone probably going through your social media and they're like, "Yo, Hanifa, so this when you talked about this happened," or that particular road in Pipeline, it's dirty, but then there's this other one here in another part of Nairobi.
Oh yeah, the dirty roads. Yeah, Nairobi is a mess actually, and we try as much as possible on our part to do what's required of us. That's why we have a group. We have a group called Mazingira Movement. It was formed after a TWIP reached out to me and suggested if we can have cleanups in places, and we came up with bins as well. So what makes us unique is the garbage bins. Actually, you'll find our bins in one of the schools here and one just around the road. So we clean up, sensitize the people, and then provide garbage bins as well. But you can see the sensitization did not work in this place. So Kenyans do not listen unless the law is involved. So it is only, and I repeat, it is only Sakaja who can fix this mess, honestly, because this is beyond any normal citizen.
And I believe Sakaja again might again say that it should start with the people.
Yes, it does, but how do you start with the people when the people are like this, honestly? So, okay, I can say I did my part instead of always complaining on Twitter. Like, I did my part, Sakaja. So please come out and do your part, as you have countlessly promised. Sakaja has promised, I believe he's going to fix this mess, as he has promised before. So we are urging the governor to take a look at this place and just really do your part.
But then, Hanifa, the Nairobi City Council says that they're doing in a number of cleanups, monthly cleanups, maybe the first Saturday. I believe it's always the first Saturday of each month, if I'm not wrong. Do you feel like, is that bearing any fruits, the cleanup that the Nairobi government does?
They clean, where do they clean? I'm sorry, I have no idea, unless it's what Sakaja recently formed of the 3,500 people hired for cleanups for the El Nino, you know. And with the El Nino being here, you can actually come to this place and see. This is not even the worst part of this road. When it starts to rain is when you'll see in full the disaster that this road is. And I have not, I'm not trying to downplay Sakaja's effort in cleaning Nairobi, but we have a really long way to go. And he needs to stand up and do much more than he's already doing. So with that, I think, and he can start by fixing, and I repeat, fixing the drainage system.
Right.
Nairobi, lacks proper waste disposal system. I'll always say that. So he can start by fixing that, especially with the El Ninos. The first step is to fix the drainage system, because if it stays like that, there's no hope actually with the El Nino, absolutely, and no one is going to clean up flooded roads. That's what he hired the guys to do. They can do other jobs, but the drainage, he needs to fix the drainage system in Nairobi.
Right.
And this is a mess, and as a result of a bad drainage system, as you can see, there's a whole lot blocked.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, this is a blocked drainage.
And even the kind of smell that comes from this place, it's a different one. And I'm curious.
You can see the kids coming from school and passing here and playing here, the cholera outbreak and everything. So it's a disaster in every angle.
And, Hanif, I'm curious now. This place it's crowded. The population here is large. When you come here, I believe even the people right here, they definitely know you because you're frequent here a lot. Do you, when you talk to them, what do they say? I mean, right now, even as we're continuing this interview, they're definitely watching us from top of the balconies and all that. When you talk to them, what do they tell you?
I'll be honest, the worst part of sensitizing Kenyans is they do not listen, or they want something in return. Okay, so you're going to lecture me about me dumping, pay me first. So what am I getting in return for you lecturing me? And some would just nod their heads. Others will listen, But you can't tell someone who's overtaxed with millions of problems not to dump their diapers here. It's not an excuse, but that's where we are currently. That's why the only hope is Sakaja. The sensitization comes with a lot of problems. We do try, but unfortunately it can't work unless we have the laws and regulations coming in. That's the only way. We talked to the area chief. The area chief was also involved in the cleanup and the project we had. So he said he was going to talk to the landlords, and they set up rules of each household, having to pay garbage people so they wouldn't dump here. But I see it hasn't worked. So again, Sakaja is the only hope here.
Some would argue that Sakaja was elected. He's in one year in office right now, and he's remaining 4 years now. At the end of 4 years, maybe not, this particular place might be looking the same or might be looking different. But then Nairobi is huge. Nairobi has, according to Nairobi City Council, has about a population about approximately 5 million. And actually, even it was saying that an individual, produces 0.62 kg of garbage thereabout. Moving forward, even after Sakaja, what's the biggest problem about a whole urbanization, trying to urbanize Nairobi? Is it the fact that we don't really take a look at how such kind of problems are going to be taken effect?
Yeah, it goes back to my point again, the poor waste management system. How many bins do you think Nairobi has, apart from the ones in CBD? So if you come down up to each and every street, how many bins do you think there are? None. Actually, none. So we can't have everyone with the goodwill not to dump. And I personally put my trash in my bag until I reach a place where I can dump. But how many people do you think can do that? None. So I repeat, it is always up to the people above us, to sit down, strategize, and do this. I swear it doesn't even take much, So, and this road, I swear it will not even take a week to fix it. I'm not downplaying the efforts, but no, it can take a week. This is the president of Nairobi. He's the governor of Nairobi. You have so much power. Come on. So it will not take a week to fix this road.
And even on Twitter, I was taking a look at a number of comments there. A number of people don't really understand what you're doing because they're like, Hanifa, I mean, come on, what are you doing? What do you tell them?
Yeah, there's a lot, not a lot actually. There are some people who, I don't know, I believe so you'll see people asking me to tell people not to dump here. Like, go and tell your people not to dump here where you are into Sakaja. Come on. So I'd like to say that for every one negative comment, there are 100 positive and loving comments. So it would be really tragic to take note of the tiny, comments. So I think that they understand. I don't know. They understand, but it's Twitter. Twitter has to have two sides.
Oh, yes.
So, but I always don't look at the side because really the love and support from Twitter has been amazing. So the people, I'd like to tell them to just join us for, healthy and safety environment. Yeah. So, and I'm oozing of gratitude from the people on Twitter. Shout out to them.
Okay.
So yes, we move past the negative comments because a lot of people really are in this. That's why you get to know me on Twitter, not because someone superior, but it's because of them. They push, they create attention on such a crucial matter. That's why. So I don't trend on Twitter. Such instances and such disasters are what trends on Twitter. Yeah. So it really isn't me. I just push a bit, and then the people, they take the wheel. So this is what trends on Twitter, not me actually. And I'm grateful. Right. And that pushed for a change we've seen. So we hopefully hope for this change. We'll be back here to tell a successful story very soon.
And even for these success stories, when you're talking about now the whole cleanup, You're talking about also matter sensitization. Well, not many are really up for the whole task of, getting dirty, getting their hands dirty and actually doing this particular work. But are there any other success stories, apart from this particular place right in Pipeline? Other places that there are literally success stories. People around there like, thank you, Hanifa, for participating in this.
Yes, that was our first project in Mukurukwa Ruben.
Okay.
So we went to Mukurukwa Ruben a couple of months ago, and the guy in charge of the CBO there, we had 2 CBO groups we combined, and the people actually were also involved. And it was amazing. The first project was extremely amazing. The sensitization, the community showing up, the bins. So that's a successful story. And the bins up to now, they are very well maintained and safely kept. So that's a successful story we are really proud of, and we hope to do more for these people.
Right. Even as we wrap up, definitely taking moving forward. You definitely told me you're not working alone. Are you looking to have other people on board, form even a big organization to even not only even Nairobi, maybe places around Kiambu, around even Nairobi environs, hit those particular places and actually champion for cleaning up the environment?
Oh yes, that's our plan actually. We plan to go in each counties,
Okay.
as slowly as we can and progressively enough. So we are planning to, impact a lot of people as much as we can, and we get the help, and we appreciate any more help, as much help as we can get. So this is an effort of different youths in this country from different parts of the country. So who came together, contribute what we have, and move forward to making an impact. So we are looking forward to any help we can get, and yes, we're going to expand to different counties soon, and turning into a movement that we are, and Nairobi finally having bins everywhere. That's our hope and dream. Nairobi having bins. Yeah.
Would you want to ever meet Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja in office one day, or even maybe here, and actually you've been talking to him online, but will you ever want to meet him face to face and actually talk to him and tell him, Sakajare, this is literally how we are living here and everything?
Yes, I think the only time I'd want to meet Sakaja is when we are discussing successful story of this road or any other place we'll be highlighting. But yes, if we're going to have a productive conversations or showing a gratitude on what he did on this road, I definitely want to meet him and to show my gratitude if he fixes this road.
Has he told you maybe you can meet?
No, I haven't had any personal conversations with Sakaja, so it's always been online. So I post, Sakaja replies. Everyone gets involved. We go, I post, he replies.
The conversation continues.
Yes.
So probably the conversation has to continue now.
Yes, we're going to continue with our story on Twitter.
Okay.
Like I'm going to post again, Sakaja comes, and then we move, and then it's an endless.
And now the fact that we're here, we are still going to post about it and talk about it.
Oh yes, actually I've taken some good pictures of this place.
And make sure,
I'm going to remind him.
And make sure to also tag.
I will. You guys have been amazing.
Your last words as we wrap up. Yeah, you can definitely have your last words. There's the camera. You can definitely look into the camera and talking to the viewers. I'm pretty sure even some of the viewers literally live around here. They're going to be watching this. What can you tell them?
Please demand more from your leaders. You deserve it. And please do not litter. Stop dumping. Stop doing this to yourself and to your kids and to the environment. So I'd like to thank you guys for your support, for your love and support. And please be a better Kenyan and stop littering. Stop littering. And thank you so much. I'm out of words to really thank you. Thank everyone, the media and people on Twitter for pushing such and impactful, successful stories. So don't litter.
Thank you very much, Hanifa Aden, an environmentalist champion. I definitely have to, do that. That is all from this particular place right here in Pipeline in Nairobi. I'm telling you, this particular environment is it's just one of those environments that you really have to walk in and feel how this place is. But then this conversation will definitely be going on. Even as Hanifa says, the conversation goes on even on X, well, previously Twitter.